Hello guys, welcome to Techatronics Creations, and today we are back with the top 5 stocks that you can invest in 2023, which is below 100 rupees current market price. So since it is below 100 rupees market price, you can buy high number of volumes of these stocks, and within a span of 2-3 months, you will be able to get good number of profits. So let's jump on to the stocks. So we have the top picks, and before that, not SAB as a registered analyst, but however, you can get to know this particular stocks, and by doing proper analysis, you can invest on this particular stocks. So let's move forward for the first stock, which is Lemon Tree. So for Lemon Tree, if you're looking at the sales growth, it's got declined in the past 1 year because due to the recession as well as due to the global crisis. But however, it's coping up the volume right now, because if you're looking at the sales growth over the past 1 year, it has risen around 62% from the low sales value. And looking at the profit growth also, you can see that on the past 1 year, it is having a good profit growth, even though the ROE is little less this time, but the shareholders on this, as well as the promoters who is there on this particular list, is having a good amount of shares holding. And we have got investing from FII as well as DII on this particular stock. So it's a good to buy stock, and your question will be, what will be the target price and what's the stop loss that I have to keep when I invest on this particular stock? And here you go. The current market price is 92 rupees. The target which we are forecasting is 98 being the first target, 105 being the second target, and 118 being the third target. And 95 is the resistance. So if it crosses that resistance, it will directly go to 100, 105, which is the second target. The stop loss which you have to keep is 84. But most probably it won't come to that particular value. It will slowly go rising. So within a span of 2-3 months, you can expect a second target of 105. And if you are trying to hold it for another 3 months, it will achieve the target of 118. So this is a good stock which you can invest in. But again, follow those methodology which I used to say, like 50% put it on the stock right now, then 25% when the stock goes down, and the next 25% if the stock goes down beyond that particular limit. So looking at the chart itself, you can see that the volume of investors has gone high during the month of May as well as June. So in July also, we are expecting the number of investors to go high on this particular stock. So that's why the volume increases. That's why the price also will get increases, right? The next stock is Ircon. So the CMP of the stock is 84 rupees now. And the target which we are forecasting is 98 rupees in the next 3 months. And it can also go up to a target of 110. The stop loss which you have to maintain is 77. Looking at the sales growth, it is going as it is. It's actually a linear curve. And the profit growth also, like even though there is a loss of profit as compared to the previous 2 years. So, but however, the profit has gone high this particular year as compared to the previous year. And the ROE is also increasing, and the number of investors as the shareholders on this particular company is also increased. So it's a good to invest stock. And please remember that you have to keep the stop loss at 77, and we are expecting to reach the target of 98 in a span of 3 months. And looking at the chart itself, you can see a decline of investors in the month of February to April. But if you're looking at the May as well as June month, you can see the level of investors have gone high because the company is investing in multiple transactions or deals with other investing agencies. And now it's going to a good level. So it's a good to invest stock, and please maintain the stop loss, which I have mentioned before. The next stock is NALCO. So the current market price is 81 rupees. The target which we are forecasting is 88, 94, and 101. But here the target of 88 will be achieved only after 2 months. So if you want to invest and you keep it for long term, it's good to go for a stock. So 88 is the target, first target. Then when it breaks resistance of 90, then it goes to 94 and 101. So stop loss which you have to maintain is 73. And if you're looking at the sales growth, profit growth and all, it's going high because you can see in 1 year, the profit growth has been increased by more than 100%. And the ROE is also increasing. It's double as compared to the past 2 years. And ROCE is also increased by double after a span of 3 years. Looking at the chart also, even though you can see that there is a steady investor volumes which is there for this particular stock, so you don't have to really worry about the stock may go below the thresholds which have been set over here. So that means like if you are keeping a stop loss, it won't go below the stop loss. It will take support in 78. That's why I kept the stop loss at 77. So it's a good to invest stock, invest on it, follow the rule 50, 25, 25. So you can get good number of profits by investing in good volumes on this particular stock. The next famous stock is IDFC First. This is a stock where FII and DII is investing a lot. So this current market price is 77. The target is 84, 90, and 98. So we have a resistance at 80. So if it breaks the resistance, it will go to 84. And then we have a resistance at 86. If it breaks that resistance, it will go to 90 and then to 98. The stop loss is 68. So looking at the ROE as well as the NPA, so you can see that there is a slight decline in the NPA, but however, the advanced growth is nearly to 17%. So that means like even though there is a decline in the ROE as well as the NPA, there is a high possibility, and the forecasters have already mentioned that there is a slight increase they are expecting on the NPA as well as the ROE scores, and the advanced growth of this company is forecasted to grow with a 5% increase. So it's a good to invest stock, and this company has a lot of promoters, around 60%, and the target which I have mentioned is a well assured target. So that means it can be achieved within a span of 3 months. So if you want to hold it for more lengthier period of time, then it may go up more than 100. And looking at the charts also, you can see that throughout this year, it has a good momentum from the investor side. And looking at the volume itself, it's nearly to 37 million investors. So it's a good stock with a good number of volumes and with a good number of investors. So good to invest for a span of 3 months. And it's a short-term pick. So you can invest on this particular stock, keeping the SL. As I mentioned before. The last stock is Paradeep Phosphates. Most of the people didn't have known about this particular stock. So this stock is increasing by a linearity curve. So that means like if you can look at the sales growth almost increased by 30% as compared to the previous years. Profit growth also increased by double. ROE increased by double. And ROC is also increased. So it has a good interest cover ratio, and the debt is also less as compared to other companies. So the CMP is 62. The target which we are expecting is 68 and 77 in the next span of 3 months. And 85 is the long-term target. That means like within a span of 6 to 8 months, you can expect a target of 85. The stop loss which you have to keep is 57 for this particular stock. And looking at the chart also, you can see that during the month of Feb to June, there is not much investing on this particular platform since they have released the quarterly results as well as they are diving into much more investing platforms. So we have a lot of investors putting in amounts on this particular stock. So it's better to invest on this. And as mentioned, you have to keep the stop loss at 57 and keep your target at 77 for now, since we are expecting this to have a turnaround after 4 months. But again, after 4 months, when it comes down from 80s to 60s, it will again go up to 85 with a span of next 6 months. So it's a good to invest stock and make use of the same rule which I have mentioned before. So hope you have liked the video and hope you have made profit from the previous stocks which I have mentioned. So I have mentioned certain stocks like GOKEX, that is Global Exports, then Neogen, then Lakshmi Chemicals, JSW Energy. So most of the stocks have increased by 10 to 12%. So we are expecting these stocks also to increase by 5% to 10% in the next 2 months. So you can directly invest on this particular stock and get the maximum volume on this particular stock and get the maximum amount of profits. So hope you have liked the video. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want to receive more updates from my channel. And if you have any stocks which you would like to suggest to others, please feel free to comment on the comment button of this particular video. Thank you. Have a nice day.